What's up, webheads? It's your boy SpideyQueue. It's Tuesday, and guess what? It's gray outside. Yay! I would kill for some sun. Just a little, just give me a little bit of sun. Just a little sun. Come on. But it's alright. We get what we get. And it's time for Next in Queue, so let's get to it. So I've been getting a couple questions on my Twitter, surprisingly, seeing as how I never use my Twitter, my Instagram, and my YouTube of what comics I'm reading. And I've addressed this before, like I told you guys kind of what's on my pull list and what's not. I've essentially only been reading one book. And the only reason I'm reading it is because it's one of the only books I can tolerate right now out of the franchise, that is Marvel, and that's Spidey. If you're not reading Spidey right now and you're inside like that Spider-Verse culture, that rock you sleep under must be hella comfy. Of all the books right now pertaining to Spider-Man, this is by far the best written one. Robbie Thompson is absolutely smashing this one out of the park. It's perfect, that throwback. They're taking all the old stories right now and they're kind of modernizing them, which is really, really fun to read, especially if you've read all the original stories and you just kind of want to see how they would play out in modern times. Like, it's been a lot of fun so far reading this book. My only beef with the book right now would probably be the art style. I'm just not keen on how he's drawing like the human figures, kind of like how you see here in the intro page that he's got. I get he's drawing teens and stuff like that. I just think it's not my style. It is and it isn't my style. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm so picky with the way I like cartooning done. And I'm so picky with the way I like the old school style drawing done. So it's really hard to find that happy medium, especially when you're taking on a book like this, because you're trying to do the old school and the new school and mesh it into one. He's doing well. I just think, I don't know. I don't know. I can't at all shit on the book just because it is so good. It is such a great read and it's good to just visually intake. It's just every once in a while something bugs me about his characters. Don't know what it is, but once I get a pinpoint on it, I will let you guys know. Gwen, I've been reading, haven't really caught up to it much, just for whatever I've been seeing, you know, here and there. I haven't been to my comic book shop in a while, so Gwen's been good for when I first started reading it, but then I dropped it. Like, I haven't picked it up in a while, so I haven't been sure as how that's going. Don't really read Web Warriors. That's what I was going for. I haven't caught up on any Silk or anything like that. And as far as the flagship, like ASM, dropped the hell out of that book. Ever since One More Day and Brand New Day, ever since Dan Slott has really just been taking over the book, it's junk. The book's junk. It's clunky in its reading. It wraps up things in these tiny, it's like you have this 5-story arc that wraps up in a panel, and then you have this 10-story arc that wraps up in a bubble. It's lazy writing, it's slow, the story's not really progressing right. He's basically Tony Stark now because he's a billionaire. I got halfway through the Zodiac and was just like, you know what? I'm done. My beef with that book is so deep-rooted just because the second Peter wasn't the Spider anymore, he went to Doc Ock, and everyone was like, oh yay, you know, it's such a new and fresh thing and blah, blah, blah. No. Every story arc so far has just been shit. They're all garbage. I'm not getting behind any of it just because they're all these new loose ends that he's not going to tie up, and it's going to end up being this gigantic fucking retcon in 2 years. Trust me, I called the brain swap 6 months in advance. What I've been reading from it before I dropped it, it's lazy. It's absolutely lazy and it's garbage. It's just junk reading and it hurts me to read it. And the only reason I buy the books, I have all the books. The only reason I buy it is because I support my local comic guy, which is what you all should be doing. Otherwise, Slott can kick rocks. When it was him and Joe Quesada and Wacker was the editor, the book took an absolute nosedive. Batman, the only time in history that it fell second to Batman, and Batman's book shit all over the Spidey title. The second it went to Superior. So there you go. That says a lot about that team when it took over the webs. And I know there's a lot of you like, well, you know, I enjoy the progression and I do this and I do that. But again, I repeat, no, you don't enjoy the progression. It's boring. There is no progression in this book. They took him from the Peter Parker we love and turned him into the Iron Man we love. That's not progression. Progressing for the sake of progressing is shit writing. Always has been, always will be. End of story. Gotta get that out there, man. A lot of these Spidey guys really testing Q's patience. They're testing my heart. My heart can't take this. That's more or less it, guys. Just wanted to touch on that. Sorry for that little bit of a rant. But again, go read Spidey. If you're not reading Spidey right now, please come out from that dark hole that you're in. Go read Spidey. It is fantastic. You'll absolutely enjoy it. And I think you'll get a kick out of it if you've read all the original series. Everything before One More Day. Read it. It's just great. Highly recommend. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, if you like what you saw today, why don't you go ahead and click the like button, and if you plan on sticking around, why don't you go ahead and subscribe too. And if you know any of those cats who agree or disagree with me and you want to share the video and spread some love on the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. But as always, guys, thanks for hanging. I'm SpideyQueue. Lots more coming from your boy. So as always, stay tuned, y'all.
You want some?